Hello, it's Nikki and welcome back to another monthly review. Wow, I've got some serious blusher going on today, but we are where we are. It's also very hot in this room because I'm recording this in September. We had a rubbish August in terms of the weather. Not rubbish, but it felt long and grey and dark and very autumnal at times. But September, it's sweaty. I actually did a run yesterday and it was quite something. Anyway, let's get on to 5 things that I have been noticing and experimenting in my business throughout August. I've been doing these since March, so feel free to go back and look at the other ones. My aim is always to give you things to play with, things to try, experiment with, notice, etc. So this isn't just like a Dear Diary moment, although it feels like that because it feels very one-sided, me just talking to you. But I would love to know what comes up for you. Like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. You know what to do. You know. So August, the kids have been off and it worked really well the way that we set up this holiday. And I was worried about, actually not worried, but I was hesitant to say that we'd had a good summer holidays because I know how difficult it is to maneuver all of that. And everybody's case is different. But for us, what we did was, there was no choice that we were still both working. But we decided to break it up with a few trips here, there and everywhere. And then we definitely had like down days at home where I think the children watched all 4 of the Toy Story movies within 24 hours. So that was excellent parenting. But it was all a balance, like it all kind of worked somehow. For me personally, just to give you a perspective of where I'm up to, this I hope will be the last summer holiday or any holiday where I feel a bit stretched by the end of it. My hope is going into September when both my children will go to school, so my youngest starts then. My hope is that I will work a really strong, purposeful Monday to Thursday, work really productively. Friday will be a bit of a loose day for me, and then Saturday and Sunday will be with the children. And then or family. And likewise, before and after school, I can really feel like I'm present and I'm not rushing and cramming everything in. That is the plan. My ultimate aim is to be able to take my foot off the gas every holiday that they're off. So really run my business as a term time situation. How practical that is, I don't know. But let's see what that looks like. Certainly in terms of the way that I will plan it, I will be working in that way. Whereas I felt this year I was really doing a lot of things that really required my attention. So I felt like I was planting a lot of seeds rather than picking them and just reaping the rewards. So in all honesty, there has definitely been times, especially on holidays as well, where I just came away thinking, I've worked too much here. But, you know, it was the situation that it was. And we can't spend ages feeling guilty about these things, can we? It's just, we do what we need to do at the time. So, what have I noticed? Number 1, there is work to do. So as I fast forward to October half term, if my aim is to be with the children or at least take time off from work, whether that's maybe one day I'll like go for a spa or something, that would be nice. There is definitely work to do logistically in terms of planning. Like I mentioned, in those holidays, I just want to be reaping the rewards, not actively planting things. But equally, I have noticed that a lot of the work that I have previously done, I am now reaping those rewards. And that feels really lovely. So throughout August, I still maintained a really high level of people inquiring to work with me, new clients, new opportunities, castings, etc. So I still felt that things were moving and shaking, and that was a really great place to be. Secondly, I want to talk about the in-between bits and how useful I've not only found it as a client, so when I work with coaches or mentors or strategists or courses I've been part of, but also for my own personal clients. I think there's so much emphasis on face-to-face or like one-to-one person stuff. And I think it's brilliant when you sit down with somebody and you have that one-on-one sort of contact time, essentially. But what I am finding more and more so is the in-between bits being equally as important. So when I say something like, oh, you get email support afterwards, people are like, well, okay, I'm not coming to you, like, I'm not seeing you face to face. How valuable can that be? But when you make a change, when you shift, you need to be in a safe place where you can check in with somebody and go, oh my goodness, I bloody did it. I sent the email, or, oh, I feel a bit ick this week. I don't know, I feel like I've gone a step back. You've got somebody there that you can feel held by, and that is so, so important. So think about your own business, your own offering. What in-between bits can you offer? Number 3. I've really been stepping into this and it's really been working well. Saying it in my way. And another thing that I always do is almost like a check mark point is I say everything out loud before I post it. So every post, every new page of my website, I read it aloud and I walk around with my laptop or my phone reading it to myself. If any of it feels ick or a bit, I don't know if I would say that, or a bit funny in my body, I get rid of it immediately and I tweak it and I edit it, and so it feels really good. Saying it in your way is going to be the way that you will have longevity in your industry. We're not going to get what we need by just following what other people do. We have to really, really get into how we speak, how we communicate, how we are our best, and move forward from there. Number 4, dream bigger. Always dream bigger. And that's flippant sometimes to say, because if somebody had said that at points when I just felt completely at capacity, dream bigger, I would have been a bit eye rolly, like, shut up, you don't know how tired I am, or like I have nothing else to contribute, or I dream bigger. What? I need to get in the shower. That's what I need to do today. That's my sole focus. And I have really noticed what I pay attention to, and I capture it. And I've really paid attention to what I like and what I don't like. And when you're in a point where everything feels a bit hard and heavy, this is a very fuss-free exercise that you can do and still almost feel like you're moving forward without having that pressure. So one of the things that I did when we went on holiday, we went to a place called Canford Cliffs and we stayed in this amazing house. It was beautiful. And I really paid attention to what I loved in that house. Like, why do I like this? But one of the things that I thought is actually a really good bed and a really good mattress is important to me. And the beds that we had, they weren't that great. They certainly weren't up to the standard of the house. Equally, when I went running around the local area, I took my time to really nose into other people's houses, or I noticed what people wore or what they spoke about or what they were reading. And it really helps you to reconnect with yourself. Number 5, as we go into September and this year really begins to gallop, maybe it's time for a redesign and a refinement of what the heck you're doing in your business. This is a really great opportunity before you go into 5th gear and full pelt into like, oh my goodness, right, okay, here we go. Take some time, and I actually did another live on this. I will link the video down below about checking in. And I use the analogy of getting out of a tight car parking spot. with all the best will in the world, you can say, oh my goodness, we're going to go on this journey. We're going to have these snacks. We're going to get there at this time. But if you haven't figured out how to get out of your really tricky parking space, work out how much time and space and maneuvering you need, there's a disconnect there. So spend some time, even if it's half an hour, with a piece of paper and a pen, really asking yourself some major questions. I'm going to leave lots of resources down below, some courses, some tools that can really guide you through this process and help you along the way. That's it for August. I look forward to seeing you in the beginning of October, reflecting back on September. But how has your August been? What have you learned about yourself? What's come up for you? What are you going to change? What are you going to tweak? Etc., etc. I'm sending you lots of love, and I'll speak to you very soon. Bye.